Hello everybody joining this stream, it's Marta at Not Enough Tech, and we are having a Zemismart giveaway stream. So, technical problems, not check. For the first time I don't think I have any technical problems, which is amazing. And what else I have? I have a coffee, that's the plan. I have a giveaway light in here, well, not this one, but that kind of light. I have, I guess, chat working, so if someone can say hi on the chat and wave and confirm that they can see the light and everything, that would be great. And what else? Yeah, bad hairdo and awkward host of the this live stream, so I think we have everything that we need to do. So what we're going to do, we're going to... Hey Rory, you alright? I'm good. So what we're going to do, we're going to play with Nodle. We're going to create a small Nodle flow that's going to pick a winner. We're going to play with some lights, that's why I've asked you guys to submit the lights colors, because I want to use the lights and kind of make it a little bit more fun. And then we have a Twitter activity which is going to be automatically posted, and well, the system's going to pick the winner and post it to the Twitter automatically, so hopefully it's going to work. So I'm planning about an hour in total. If you just want to skip and get the results, if you win, you're gonna win, and you know, you're gonna get notified anyway. Hello John, and hello Lucas, how are you doing, guys? I can see you done everything. Awesome stuff. So that's the plan for today, and in one more thing that I've promised I would do for people that organize this and send you stuff for free is to post a couple of links where you can buy this light if you're not going to unfortunately win it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just get the link up for you and then you can use it. So which is I had it somewhere here. I should have really prepared this earlier, if I'm honest. However, okay, I have it here. So if you are AliExpress fan, you can go to AliExpress and get yourself a direct link from there. I hope that's gonna work. And if you prefer, and there is Amazon with excellent return policies, obviously, so if you don't like something, you can always return it. So the first link is gonna be to people in US, because there's more of you guys. So that's Amazon US, Amazon US, and Amazon UK. I've got a link as well. And if you're gonna use these links, you're gonna support me too, which is nice. So Amazon UK. Right, with that out of the way, let's move into a Nodle. So I have a Nodle set up in here. There's a couple of things. You can see me, which isn't important. You can see the light, which will be important, and you can see empty, well, almost empty. I've set up the Twitter with all API. I had to apply like a couple of days earlier just to make sure I can post tweets automatically, because it used to be like just go and take an API and you can tweet it. Now I have to apply, they'll review it and allow you to use Twitter or not. So that's what it's gonna happen. And if you're gonna get any questions, then obviously put them on the chat. I'll be reading from time to time, and feel free to ask it. So what we're going to do, I have a list of all the peoples that agreed to this, which we're going to take the names and take the color values. Then we're going to shuffle the colors on the light, so the light's going to be displaying all the colors you've picked. And at the end of it, you will just display the color and automatically will tweet to the person with the username. So that's the plan. Hopefully this will work, and you'll see my workflow, how I use the resources. I'm going to take it easy, and hopefully you learn something in the process. And obviously, yeah, I'm going to make mistakes because I'm me. So the tweet is tested, so I know that much that this works already. So let's start with a couple of things. So first of all, we're going to have to inject the usernames and inject the color values. So I'm going to need 2 arrays. So we're probably going to do it with function node, because that's going to be hard coded. So we're going to take a function node, which is control down and left click to get that shortcut, and we can start programming him. So what I'm going to need a variable that's going to store this, and it's going to say username, and we're going to list all the usernames in here. So that's going to be an array, and they are gonna be just done comma by comma. So let's grab the usernames. It's order, it's important, so we have to maintain the order. So I've got the usernames here, and now I need to add commas and double quotes like this, because those are strings. So that's gonna take me a moment, but we want them as a string, because later on when I'm composing the tweet, I'm just gonna put the at, and that way it will tag them. So this giveaway wasn't particularly popular. I don't know why. We usually get about 30 people, but that increases your chances, guys. So you have 1 in 14 chances to win the light. And now let's add some commas, because it's still reporting as a problem. And we're gonna have to do the same for our what's it called, hex code. So last one doesn't need a comma. Probably should organize this a little bit to make it nice. If you select it all and press tab, you can just do something like that, and it looks much nicer. Now we need another username. Oh, no thread's gone. Why? Shortcut. I've used the shortcut, apologies. There is this delay on the stream, so I don't get to see this on real time when the screen changes. Maybe I should, let's give me a second. I'll try to reorganize my windows. I could see both. I could see the real feedback and the chat from you, and set this to a live chat. Okay, now you should be able to see it. So I didn't do much. So basically I've added the usernames in quotes, double quotes, because I want them as a string, separate them by commas. So I'm gonna do exactly the same in exactly the same order with colors. So color, I'm British, so I'm gonna spell it right. Alright, and let's grab the colors. I've got some hex values from here, and we're gonna add them same way. And we have to do it the same way. Now I could get rid of the hashtag, but since it's already there, I'm just gonna include the hashtag in this. And exactly the same boring way of just processing the data. It's not that many of them. If there was more than 30, I'd probably use some kind of automation to do it, like through Notepad, and edit the spaces. But this is only a couple of them there. Hello Gavin, you're right, and hello Natasha, if I remember correctly, and hello Alex. How are you doing, guys? We are picking the winner using Node-RED. I'm going to create a script that's gonna pick a couple of colors and start flashing, pretending it's. Oh, I look very sweaty. I think the light is not very flattering on this one. And why it's changed again? I have a shortcut somewhere. Hold on a second. Let me just go into the settings and disable the shortcuts. I think I've hotkeys, delete and delete and delete, apply. Okay. All right. It should not automatically do it. I guess I just had a shortcut somewhere, and I would keep switching this, which was annoying. I'm doing. Okay, like this. There's a mistake here. Yeah, there was a shift +2, which was probably my switching thing. Right. Okay. Great, because I have really bad memory for names. It's awful. I have good memory for faces, so if I see you on the street, I'll recognize you instantly. But I have really bad memory for names. Or in general. That's why I do not enough text, because then I can use my articles to do something again that I didn't before. So I know where to find it, so it's much easier. I don't have to do all the research. So yeah, so that's nearly complete. All I have to do is just add the commas, and we can move to more interesting stuff. And the last doesn't need, and let's keep this nicely formatted with a tab like this, and maybe add the extra space here because my OCD is gonna cry otherwise. Right, so we have those two arrays, and they're gonna correspond. So 0 element's gonna correspond to 0 username, first color is gonna correspond to first username. In arrays you start counting from 0, remember that, which is bizarre if you have an array for Monday, for like days of the week, 0 to 6, because for example, Monday is gonna be 0, and then Sunday is gonna be 6, and this is really confusing. Not here for the giveaway, only to tell you keep up amazing work. Thank you, Gavin, I appreciate it. Well, that's why I'm kind of like want to do a live Node-RED session, so people who just want to kind of catch up and stuff, they might take some value out of it. Otherwise, I'll just press the button and say, oh, this person won, and it's a bit lame, I think. It's more fun this way. Plus, I'm leaving for holiday tomorrow. I've scheduled 3 posts. Maybe this is going to be 4th post, which is not enough tech orientated. I was really working hard to get some content when I'm away. I'm going to be away for 10 days and I'm going to Sicily. And yeah, for a couple of days, expect some random holiday related posts, which I'm going to try to keep technical as well. But mainly I'm going to just rest because I've not had a holiday this year yet and I really could use one. So we have this now. What we have to do, we have to pick this. Let's compose the tweet first. So we need a variable tweet, and that's going to be the winning tweet. So we can say something like, "Congratulations," and then we're gonna tag the person. So we need to use @ So @ actually. I could do this like this. Congratulations @ and then we need our username. So that's gonna be winner, and then and then continue space. And there's no space here. There's a space here. That's correct. You have won a #Zemismart Downlight. And lots of exclamation marks because they're supposed to be happy. And we can do this. By the way, I really like your color. And then we're gonna add color. So spacing here. Winner color. Okay, and that's gonna be our tweet. So when the person wins, they're gonna receive this message and they're gonna be tagged. Now I've introduced 2 new variables. So I've got a winner and a winner color. So I need to define them. So let's define them. Because for now they're gonna be empty. So variable, you can do this. There is an interesting thing. If you press Control and space while you're typing, it will give you the local variables you already used. So I can just click on that and it will populate that. So again, win and Control and space, and I can select winner, and those are defined. Right. And we're just gonna, sorry, not just gonna instantiate them. Okay. So we have the variables waiting now. This is where we're gonna use them to slot in our winning numbers. Now there is a function in JavaScript which is random, so math random, and if you use the Wu3 schools, it will give you all the reference about it, so you can read it. It's a very good website to get your functions and kind of figure out what you can do with JavaScript and other languages. So I very often go to here and greetings, Kenny, how are you doing? You can just learn basically what you can do. I'm going to be using a math random, so always returns a number lower than 1 in here. Random number, so returns a number, and we need to get the returns a random number between 0 inclusive and 1 exclusive. Okay, so we need to define. This is how you're gonna do it. Returns a number integer from 0 to 9, and returns random integer from 0 like this to 10. And we have, so probably that's gonna be the most, because we want to cover the 0, because that's gonna be our first element, and the number 14, so we have to get here a number 1 plus 1. So we're gonna use this example. You don't even have to code very well. You can use the ready examples, all formatted and ready for you. So that's the lazy one. So our function, it's gonna be, when I press the button, I want to get a number. And this number, obviously, I had in here 15 minus 1, because there's this column, so I have 14 candidates here, so I need to use 15. So I want to use 15. So now, when I trigger this, what's going to happen? That function is going to execute, and I need to assign this. So that's a variable number, and it's going to pick the number. Now we can test this by introducing payload, and we're going to display number. And let's test it. So I'm going to deploy this and check if everything working. I'm gonna inject something, and we're gonna get the debug, and that's gonna display our payload. So let's have a look and see what it says. Let's go to debug. Let's create a current file, delete everything, and let's go. Okay, so we have 1, we have 0, we have 10, we have 12, we have 12, we have 7, we have 1, we have 1. 7, 3, 13. Okay, 1 is really popular for now. Right, I can still randomize, I can still change the order and everything, just to not use the same list and stuff like that. But let's continue with this. Later on I'm going to send a tweet with everything composed. This is pre-selected, I've picked everything, so there's a bunch of IP keys, so I'm not going to go into the details because those are secure. And we want also control the light. So I want the script to go through lights and display a couple of colors to make it look like the machine is thinking and picking some colors. It's gonna be total fake, because obviously there's two things that happen. Zigbee has a bit of a delay, so it's not going to be like snap, 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 color, color, color. It's gonna be quite a bit of time, so I would assume maybe 1 color per half a second, something like that, and I should be alright, maybe a little bit faster, but I don't think I'm gonna get any faster with Zigbee. I could do it very quickly with Wi-Fi controls, but with Zigbee I don't think it's gonna do it. So I'm gonna make this light go in a random order through all the colors I have on the list, making it looks like it stinks, and then obviously it's gonna quickly pick a number and assign everything and post it, and that's gonna be it. So to achieve this, we obviously we have to go to my tutorial about the Zemismart, and I've got everything ready in here. So what I have to do is just take a couple of things. So let's take this and copy this and introduce it here. Now I'm obviously not going to use it in the same way, but I'm just going to use the spotlight. The spotlight works, so right now I'm just gonna adjust the color of it, make it look not too bright, because it's gonna overexpose everything. So brightness, let's say brightness gonna be, I don't know, let's go 30, and let's try to push it this way and see if that's good enough. So okay, you should see the color. This is white color. Maybe let's see if I can do orange, just so you could see the colors on this. Because otherwise, if you're gonna overexpose everything. Okay, and this is orange. It looks a little bit reddish. Can I just make it not look directly? Let's drop the brightness again. Let's drop the brightness maybe to 10 and see how that looks like. This light is very bright, so you're going to enjoy it wherever you're going to put it. And apply it. And there's very little I can do about overexposing. Okay, I'm gonna drop the brightness to minimum, so you could actually see some colors. Let's see how's that gonna work. Oh, okay, on one it goes dark. Let's go with 2. No, this is too. Oh, that could work actually. Yeah, I think that could work. Maybe even go 4, just for the test. But that could work in this scenario. Let's have a look. Deploy. It's too bright, so I think 2 was the ideal combination. So let's copy this, because we're going to be passing this. So let's open our function again. Now, how do I want to? I'm gonna make a loop. I think I'm gonna make a loop. So I'm gonna get a new function, and that's gonna be my Zemismart driver, and we're just gonna do message payload. Oops, collapsed. Message payload, and that's our message payload. And again, I'm just gonna fix my OCD here. Now we're gonna take this X. Sorry, no. So that's gonna be our color. Great, and we just need to assign this. So var color message payload. So whatever comes to this as a message payload is going to be assigned. So that way I can just circle througthe colors easily. I made a mistake somewhere. Probably I've missed. What did I miss? Unmatched parentheses. This one matches this one. This one matches. Why am I unmatched? It looks okay. Why am I missing? No? Ah, this one. That's why I'm missing. Okay, so when the payload's going to arrive to this node, it's going to be assigned here. So all we're passing is a color as a hex value. That's all, and that's why we can connect it. So let's get this one. We're not going to need these anymore. We connect this, and when this receives the color, we can just send it. So, for example, if I'm gonna take an inject node and in a message payload, I'm gonna get one of the colors. Let's take this color and test that everything works, which supposed to. We should have, I think this is blue. Let's try it. Yeah, it is blue. Yeah, that's. Can I just think? I'm trying to get this. Okay, this is bluish. You have to trust me, guys. Thanks, Alex. I've missed that, but I've caught up. I'm trying to look at the be efficient on the node red, so I'm kind of like looking away from the chat quite a bit. So we're probably gonna need a delay on here. Or we're gonna do it programmatically here. No, we can do it Nodle delay. And we're gonna get milliseconds, 500 first start, fixed delay, delay each message, fixed delay. Yep, okay. So we don't want to spam this because it will oversaturate then Zigbee and it will stop being responsive, and this is the disadvantage of the Zigbee. It's great for home automation and everything because it's low power, but for applications like this, obviously the responsiveness has to be taken in consideration. So now we can go back to this and we can start thinking how we're going to arrange this, because we want to pick stuff So first, if we want to go through the colors and display them, we need to create some sort of for loop. And the for loop works that it's going to basically, each time it's going to take a value from this array, it's going to do something, and then it's going to spit out the result. So let's think about how to do it. If you're going to go and let's go JavaScript script, and we want for loop, you will see the examples of how you can do it, and that's basically what we kind of need to do. So in here they have a little bit different stuff around it. Where's the proper code for it? That's the one. So because I know the number of elements in my arrays, they're fixed, they're not going to be edited, I don't have to pass it as a variable. I can just use this as it is. So basically I know that the starting element in here is going to be a 0, and I know that my maximum element it's going to be 14, because this is the last position in the array. Otherwise I would have to check this array, see if there is any elements, check how many elements are in this array, otherwise it would spit out the gonna need more white paper and a bit of tape. Try the suggestion from the chat right now. But yeah, for the arrays, yeah, if you know that the array might be empty and it's not hard coded like mine, then you have to check how many elements array has. Okay, I hope that's better. Yeah, I'll add the I in a second as well. So that's our loop, and then in a loop you've got like in a if condition your function in the brackets, in the curly brackets. So we're gonna iterate through I. Each time we're gonna take and display. Now we want to randomize this as well, because I don't want to just to go through this, and that's going to be actually a little bit complicated, because if for the for loop it's going to be in order, but I would like to get a random order. I could randomize the order of this one first and then display it, which probably would be easier way to go. Let me think how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut myself in a corner when I've not done something before. Because with picking the winner is gonna be easy, because I don't care about the order in here. I'm just gonna randomize it. I've done something like this before, and it's gonna just pick the number on here and then use this as this. So our winner. Let's go back to the winner while I remember this. It's gonna be number. So the winner is my what was it, username, name, and then element's gonna be number. So that's how winner picked. Okay. And while we edit, we want to get the same color, so our winner color. Come on. Winner color, that's our color. And then we want number. So that way we're gonna have a winner and their color assigned straight away, and we can use it. So now we're still working on this. We can organize the code a little bit because it's messy, because we want to display this, and I don't know if I'm gonna put this into a new function node, and then maybe do the loop first and then go to this node where it's gonna pick the correct winner and stuff like that. So probably that's gonna be the smartest way of doing it. That way I don't have to make extra loops in here and have a different outputs to control different elements. It's gonna be just flash some lights, pick the winner, send the tweet. Okay, let's have a look. It's gonna just that's basically what I said, Alex, on this one. So yeah, I can do like Alex suggested, which is it's easier this way actually. I don't have this variable outside of the scope. So for this one, because like I said, I'm not a programmer by designer. I write ideas as they come to my mind, and then I kind of put them into a logical order in my head. So that's how I work. I know people who are efficient at programming is gonna laugh at me, but hey, we have this. We need to pick the colors on random, so that's gonna go through random. Is there any way I can randomize this earlier on? Let me just think. Thank you, Manjunat. I hope I didn't slaughter this. So yeah, we have this and we have this. So if I want to, oh, hold on a second. I have a random in here. I'm pretty sure I have a random. Is it random? I have a random and I have a range. Let's quickly check these, because I might be just overcomplicating things unnecessarily. Let's double check. So random's gonna give me a value which I can pick. Okay, and range is gonna give me a maps numeric. Aha, so so that's gonna just arrange it. So I'm not going to use the range for this. But I could use a random value. No, I still need to remember which value used previously. You got it right, thanks for the shout. No problem, not programming. If code works, then programmer. Termaray, I agree. If something works, that's alright, that's good enough. So we're pretty much done with picking the winner and sending a tweet. All you have to do is just randomize the lines. So the problem is, right? Now I'll explain the problem if you don't know it just yet. I just don't want to this displayed in a correct order. I want to randomize these values. Now I could mess about and random everything right now, but in here and change them. But that's not what I want. I want this subset be randomized, and then for each value I would have to create maybe some kind another array that's gonna store a random order of numbers and then do the for loop. That could be a way to do it, I guess. I've not done that before, so I will have to double check if there's a function for it. Let's have a look what's Google. So JavaScript, and so we need randomize array. Okay, we might have a function for it. Shuffle an array JavaScript info. Let's have a look. Stack Overflow is your best friend. It's usually copy and paste job. So the guy has exactly the same problem, how to randomize and shuffle it. Okay. So array place value random index. Okay. So what it does, while the array is populated, and then we're gonna pick a random element. Swap it with a current element. That could work. Obviously it will work because it's a great answer. But I'm trying. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just double checking if there's like where's the storing values. Like the current index going -1 each with each time until I run out of elements. So yeah. So it takes 0 times selects random element. So it picks one at random from the range. Basically, that's what you're doing here. So I did that, and then temporary value. So I have a temporary value that is going to be current position, and then it's going to be array current index. It's the same random index and array random index. Okay, I guess we're gonna try this. Okay, so there is a function which is quite easy because we don't have to do anything with this. But let's do it in a separate function for now. So let's get the function first, or maybe function second, and our subset of data, which is this one. Done. And that's going to be our shuffle. Shuffle. And we will have this. So we're gonna shuffle array. Okay, and we want, and it returns array. Okay, so we want to have, we're gonna get new colors. So we're gonna have variable new color, and it's gonna equals to shuffle and we're gonna shuffle obviously our first, so that's color and message. I could actually do it from message payload straight away. I just want to test it, guys, for now. Shuffle color. That's okay. So, hello everyone. Hello Charlie, you right? Okay, so I think that should change our order. And there's only one way to find out. Obviously, I've cheated because I've used Stack Exchange, but there is no point of reinventing the wheel. And like I said, I don't do programming for my job, so if something works on the internet and it works for you, you should save as much time as possible and move to interesting stuff. So if I press this, I have a new order. Let's have a look. And it shows your colors, guys, so you can recognize your colors. And I can already see this is a different order because the first one is a different value, right? So I've got F5 at the end. Yeah, there was a BA in MI. So if I'm gonna do it again, I should have completely different order as well. Hey! Congratulations, guys! We're pretty much ready now. Ah, Brazil cold. Of course Brazil cold because there's a winter in Brazil right now. And we have a summer in here. So, we're pretty much ready. So this is shuffle. And we need to take our loop. So the loop was here. I'm going to remove this loop for now. And we're going to put it into our shuffle. So for now, don't need it. So that's going to be new var new color. And then we have our loop. And loop is already, we have some same number of elements, so we have 14 elements as you can see in here. And for, yeah, so what we need to do, we need to assign the payload. Message payload. And our payload is gonna be am I doing something? Hold on. I got a brain freeze. We need to pass because I did shuffle. Sorry, I did driver. What I'm taking. Oh, just a hex value. Okay, that's why I was missing, because we're gonna be assigning this one here. So hex value. Our hex value is gonna be in the array. It's gonna be giving our new color, and then hex value, which is here. No, sorry, assign, and our for each, like this. Okay, so that's gonna, and then each time we have to return payload, so return message. And this way, every time we iterate, it's gonna be spitting out a new value from the randomized thingy. Okay, that should work, I think. Oh. Sure, Brazil is winter, but the current temperature Sao Paulo 25. 25, that's so cold. I mean, like, we have 16 and it was raining. Summer. Okay, I think we're done. I think we have all the elements we need. All we have to do is just to test them and function. So if I write now, so that's going to be spitting out very quickly, and that's going to be a subject to my delay. So let's actually first see, that should spit out a lot of values very quickly right now here. So let's test it. Okay. We have a problem because yeah, obviously I've stopped this. Okay, how do I have this to spit out multiple times now? I have to build this loop in a Node-RED, I guess. Because the Node-RED outputs just once. It will give me a random colors, so I'll have to just do it 14 times probably. So let's try it. Yeah, okay, so it gives me random colors, it's okay. All I have to do is just make a loop, build a loop in the Node-RED, because what happens is no matter what I'm gonna do this, it's gonna spit out a single value each time. So what I'm going to do, I need to introduce a context variable, because each time I'm gonna reload it, it's gonna pick the number from this range. So we need to do like this. So variables set, so that's context set, and then we need to get count, and that's gonna be 0. Okay. Actually, I don't need to save it until I start, do I? Yeah, I need to. Okay, so E equals, I know I'm using I, don't correct me just yet, because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna do a check. So context get, and then we're gonna check if this variable exists. So that's my count. Now if var x equals is none, so not existed, and I want to check for I, then if x equals false, then we're going to do I equal 0 and context set count equals 0. Okay, that should cover us if the variable doesn't exist. Now I don't need to instantiate this anymore because I'm using this. And each time I'm gonna set this. I'm gonna correct the code. Don't judge me just yet. So I need to get. Actually, I get that in I. So I don't have to do it like this. Like this, I, and I my less than 14, then iterate. Because I is gonna have a value regardless because of this loop, and on each iteration it's gonna get a new value. So, and each time we're gonna be setting value I. Okay, that should work. I think that's what should work right now. So what's gonna happen is when I run this script, it will obviously randomize all the colors. It will take and try to get the value of I. Now, if the value of I doesn't exist, so this, it will assign the value of I to 0, and then it will update the context with the same value. That's going to be run just once to set this initially. Now, every time this script runs, so every time I'm going to be passing the value, what's going to happen is it's going to be getting the value, so 1, 2, 3, etc., and iterating. So it's going to go from value 1, 2, 3 up to 14, iterating each time, and it's going to spit the message payload, set the value to the next. Hold on a second. Do I have to iterate again in? No, I should be fine. Set this and spit out the message payload. Okay, we should be good. So now I have to open the context data. Let me just move this for a second because there's some important information that I want to make sure that they're not stored. Okay, so let's refresh this. And right now we don't have any node data because I've not instantiated this. So if I just gonna run it once, every time I'm gonna run this, it's gonna be increasing the context. So let's have a look. There's a mistake somewhere, is it? It should, what am I missing? That's supposed to be true, actually. Sorry, I think. Yeah, okay. So you can see now when I press this, that should turn to 1, etc., etc. No? Is it false then? Go on. Start counting! No. Okay, so the problem is with counting here. So I need to iterate. And I need to iterate before I write. Let's try this. Okay, we'll have 1. Now it's gonna be 2. No? Why not? Come on. Play along. So again. I never remember which one it is. It's a bit weird. Oh, okay. Now that's the one. Hey, we have it working, and you see the number is changing in the corner. So that's basically what I wanted. I wanted this value to be iterating, and that's gonna stop on 14. So 9, 12, 13, and that's supposed to be last one, and it should not iterate any further. Yeah, okay. Excellent! My thumbnail is blocking the code. Apologies. Let me just do this. Okay. So I'm just gonna run this again. That should be better. So what's gonna happen? We're checking if this is set. Then I had to iterate it because it's not storing the correct value. This is not a classical loop while we're doing, because I'm gonna be looping in the node red actually. So in fact, I wouldn't even have to do the loop in here. I could solve it without the loop, but since it's working, I'm not going to touch it. I know it's not the most correct of doing things because I'm not going to loop within the code, because this code just runs once. I could write it as a function. So don't judge me. So because I'm going to iterate this, we need to be doing certain things. So we need to do a loop, and this loop, it's gonna basically, let's get another function node, and we're gonna be doing this, like that, and like this, and I'll explain why. We're probably gonna need a delay as well. Okay, so delay 500, let's do like 100. Okay, and now we're gonna just assign a topic, message topic, and let's call it loop. We done. Okay. And now what's going to happen, each time it's going to be looping, looping, looping until we run out of numbers. So return message, I can actually message new call payload, and let's add message loop equals I. And we're going to take this value and use it. So now in here, if maybe var loop, not use the loop, right? No. Equals message loop. No, message topic. Let's go message topic, because I'm gonna do if now loop equals loop from the from this topic assignment in here. So if this message, I've got an error here. If this message comes through here, I want this to go through my code again. So if this message equal loops and message loop equals, no, it's smaller than 15, then do this. Okay, so basically if the message comes from the repetition, we want to loop this piece of code. Now on the first trial, we just want to, yeah, that should work actually, because on the first try it will just update the code, and on the next one it starts iterating. So I believe that should work. And let's delete the value, and let's try this. 0, okay. I know there's a problem. I think this should be false. It's not looping it. Do I have another problem somewhere? Message not spelled. And that was in this one, isn't it? Message. Okay, let's double check. So if on the first, okay, we've not on the first pass it's still not updating this one, so we need to make an exclusion on the first pass. So we're just gonna do, yeah, now I regret not writing this function. So that's our executable loop, and we have to just cover for the first one. So the easiest way, not mostly elegant, but the easiest way is just to do this and do this, and that will work. Unfortunately, that will work. And let's close this. Okay, so on the first iteration it's go through, spits out the message. On the second iteration, need to do else. Actually, so this is first one is here, and we do else. What? Missing semicolon. What am I missing? What? Expected identifier and instead so. Did I not close the loop? Okay, let's. Oh, I've not closed it. Okay, sorry. Unrecoverable. I actually don't need to return this on this one. I'm making this overly complicated. Okay, you want this? Okay, we're gonna do like this. Loop does not equal loop, and we sort it. Where do I have a message error? Come on, tell me. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is for loop. This is inside this loop. Is it? That's why. So this one is for this one. This is for this. No, that's fine. Still giving me an error. I've missed something obvious, guys. Message. That's handled correctly. That's so they don't have. So I have a spelling error somewhere here. Message topic. The loop equals the loop, then and message loop 15 is fine. Pratt, you're right. Okay, so let's. I know this. That's gonna be basically that's gonna be run on the first function. So I might as well just do this, and we're gonna be message loop to I. Context set to I, and I is gonna be set to 0. So I'm still kind of, you know what, I just want to change this a little bit. We're gonna make an if message, if loop, okay. Like this, and then we don't actually need this now because I'm going to do it in a different way. So we're gonna just simply set message set context, and we're gonna set it to 0. That's gonna be easier because on the first we're gonna set it to 0 and send it, and I don't need this one now. Still gives me an error. gonna wrap everything in a second. We're almost there. For some reason I can't get this one last thing to get it work. So if the message, if the loop message isn't looped, then we're gonna, let's assume this is the first entry. We want to set it to 0, we want this, and we still want to return the message payload. So we want to still do this. So we're doing this, and we're doing iteration. And no, we're not. We're doing iteration. No, we're not doing iteration. We're gonna do iteration here, and we can actually get rid of this. Because we have it in here already, so it's no point of us doing here, and we can actually do it with I. We don't want to get this here, because we're gonna go over the value if we're gonna do it this way. Context set. Message loop. Right now I don't know why Node-RED is giving me this problem. Okay. I'm missing something obvious right now. So on the first try, what's gonna happen on the first try? We're gonna end up in this loop. We're gonna set our to 0. We're gonna send the first one, and we're gonna set our loop to. Okay, we don't have a value for this one, so it's gonna be 0. And we're sending a first element of this. That's fine. That's going to be on the first one. And then we're going to... So that's going to be on the first one, and then it's going to start repeating itself. So on the repeat, it's going to hit this. So we're going to download the value of count, which is going to be 0 by that time. And we're going to hit this loop. So this is closed properly. Yes. So on the second loop, we're gonna get this one. So it's gonna be checking if the value of I is below 15. That's fine. And then it's gonna be checking if the message comes from a loop, which is message topic loop. So no, that stays here. That's fine. So if so, then what we're going to do, we're going to pass the first caller. So that's gonna, we have to iterate here. I++, because we want to change the value. We want to send the message payload to this one, and we want to update the value, and then return the message. Now we want to make sure we don't go over the correct number of elements. So because we're going to iterate here, there is a possibility that's the biggest one's going to be 14, so we're going to end up with 15. So that's why we're going to do 14 in here, because we'll be iterating in this stage. And I think that's it. So all we have to do is just to wrap this up, and that should work. Oh God! Right. So to recap, for all the people that joined halfway through the stream, what I was trying to do, because everything else to pick the winner is ready, but I wanted this light to flash through all the colors that has been submitted to me. So I was writing a loop to randomize all the colors that's been submitted, flash it on this light first, and then send a tweet to a winner. So that's what we're doing here, and I pretty much think we are done. Okay, let's try it. empty. Okay, I should have said that that should be on here. If a loop doesn't, do I have to do like this on the find or none? And then it will let me. Hey! Yes! Excellent. Now we just need to, the delay is gonna be done here. So each time when I'm gonna do this, we should get a nice light already flashing. So that was how simple it gets once you get something sorted. So we should have a delay of 500 seconds. So let's try it. I hope I'm not going to clog it. There's no code to send it to Twitter, right? Yeah, okay. So this is just a driver. So we sending a color here. Yeah, and the color is head value. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, let's try this. Do not try it at home. All right. Red, blue, another blue, red, orange. I need a bigger delay. But yeah, it works. So let's do a delay seconds, and let's do 1 second. Okay, and let's try it now. Blue, red, blue, another blue. Lots of blues. Okay, I think it's still overflowing the messages. Charlie, the giveaway, unfortunately, and now it's already closed. It was on the Twitter. So let me just introduce 2 seconds, a little bit slower, and see if that works. Let's reset the light. Okay, the light's reset. Okay, let's try it. I'll still give it 3 seconds then. Right. I think because I should have a 15 colors, I see a couple of blues and not much reds. I think it's still overflowing because, like I said, the response is quite slow. I'm gonna do 5 seconds and see how it works as well. So it takes 5 seconds. I know what I'm doing wrong. It's delay in the wrong place. It's delays all the. Oh, why no one told me? Oh, guys, you know what I'm doing right. I'm not supposed to have a delay here. I'm supposed to increase the delay here because otherwise, all messages are being delayed 5 seconds, but they still have just 1 millisecond apart. Ugh, sometimes. Let's do 3 seconds. Okay, and that should work. And then I don't need this delay, and I can plug that in directly. Ugh. And that should work. Hey, see, it looks nice. So all the colors right now you have in here, guys, that's all your colors, and you can see them progressing here and changing in here at the same time. I feel like a genius. Okay, not really. So I can do 3, I can slow that to 2 seconds, I think. 2 seconds is gonna be ideal. 3 seconds a little bit too slow. But yeah, they went through all the colors, so all the colors participating in the giveaway are there. Everything is done. And that's how you're gonna do it in Lorette. So we're pretty much ready to pick up the winner. Now I want to now don't get upset because before I gonna do the tweet one, which is gonna be done just once because it's gonna post to the Twitter. I'm gonna do it in a debug, so it's gonna be a person picked right now, which is not going to be giving a giveaway reward. It's just for testing, so I do apologize, guys. If you want, I can move the screen like outside so you wouldn't see who was picked. Maybe I'll do this. But I want to test it to make sure everything is okay. So we have our tweet in here. So what's going to happen is when all the colors has been displayed, I want to pick a number. And I just need to do it just once. And I want to make sure this is done just once. So there is a couple of ways of doing it. There is a proper way of doing it and there's a cheating. Now, I could use a delay node or something to trigger this. Now, because delay has an option to do rate limit, and I can set the rate limit to 1 minute and it will just send one message. It's not a proper way of doing this, but it would work. So alternatively, on the last message, I'll see if I can quickly just do it on the last message. So on the last message, I would receive if I'll have to do if I what am I doing? If I equals $14. Is it like yeah, 14? Then message winner equals go. So this means on the last loop, I would send additional message saying go, and I would trigger the giveaway. So I guess that should work. All I have to do is just to get the debug node, just to check it, just to make sure it works, and I'm not going to disappoint anyone. I'll hate this. So let's quickly check this. Let's run through the entire thing again, and I should get one message go from here. So let's have a look. Waiting for all the objects to finish. Yeah, you see this one here? You don't see this one here. You see this one here? It has a winner go, and that's the only message that has this. There's no other. So I can use this to use the switch node. So let's get a switch node. And now I can trigger the giveaway. So if message winner equals go, then we can continue, and we can continue with our giveaway. So let's check it here. If I'm gonna add, let's delete this. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna move it to the side so you wouldn't see. Well, I'm pretty sure this is all done. Message payload number, yeah, I can keep it as well. So I'm gonna move it to the side so no one would be disappointed, so you don't see who's gonna be on the testing. And I will see who's on the testing. Let's try this. And I need some object. Message payload, complete message object. And deploy. And I'm just testing it. So when I press the button, I get information about who won. It's not being set yet. Okay, so I need to investigate this. delete this. So, variable tweet, let's double check. Ah, I've not assigned, okay, so I need these ones to go here, and I need message payload, message tweet, equals tweet, and that's for just testing, and message number. No, actually no, because I have message tweet is enough. Okay, deploy, and I'm gonna test it again. Undefined. Congratulations to undefined. So I have a problem, and we're nearly done. Just need to get rid of the problem here. Let's delete this. Why did I get it undefined? Do I have a problem with the numbers? Oh, I removed the... No, hold on. Because I should... I moved this. I should obviously pick this after assigning everything, before assigning stuff. Silly me. Okay. Deploy. Let's test. Yeah, okay, we're ready. I'm not going to tell you who did this, but it worked. So, now if I connect this one here, the final test, Twitter here, that needs to be as a payload. So we need to reassign the payload. Tweet. Okay, and I think we are ready, guys, for the giveaway. After 1 hour and 17 minutes of awkward me trying to do everything, we are going to be ready. I still gonna just test this this object here just to make sure everything is done. So deploy. Okay, let's see if that's just gonna trigger once. I should only get one message in about 30 seconds on the debug, and if that works, then I'm just gonna connect this, send it off, and that's it, guys. And we're gonna have a Twitter giveaway. It's still passing values. Yep, still passing the values. Yeah, it's only one message. Okay, so everything worked. We are done with this very clunky, very convoluted way. I can just connect this one to here. Now I'm gonna delete this so you wouldn't not see that it has been posted. And we are ready to do this. Gonna get the lamp so you can see the lamp better. I hope you are ready, guys. Delete this. Let's not show the debug. Oh, the debug has been removed anyway. So guys, the winner of the giveaway of the Zemismart is going to be announced on Twitter. So if you're going to go to Not Enough Tech Twitter in a second, you're going to see it. So let me pull up the Twitter. Let's go to and Twitter page. I've got some notifications on Twitter. I'm gonna check it later. Or you're just gonna dismiss this. Okay. So in a second you're gonna see this tweet appearing. So let's give it up for the winner right now, and hopefully now I need to press the correct one. We're pressing this one. This one, it will trigger the lights. It will flash through 30 seconds of different colors that you guys assigned in a random order, and then it will pick a random winner from the list. Okay, good luck to everyone, guys. I hope this works. Alright, it's going. I'm just going to put this one. The colors are flashing. As soon as the colors stop flashing, there should be a tweet on my Twitter account tagging the person that won. Damn, that was complicated. Who is it going to be? Is it done? Not yet, not yet. Still some colours, really nice colours. Lots of blue colours actually. It's done! It's done. Yes, I can see your tweet, guys. Ready? Nah, that's not this one. Nuke4869. Congratulations to Congratulations to Tacos for winning the giveaway. I'll be sending you a message soon asking you for the details. I'm gonna share this with Zemismart people, and they're gonna complete the Amazon order for you and deliver it for you. So congratulations. I'm really happy for everyone that's joined for us. I'm just gonna write it in chat. For the record, and yeah, definitely I'm gonna be in touch soon. Now, if you have any questions on what we did, that's best moment to ask. I'm just gonna go through live chat and double check if anything. Okay. Right, I've not missed any questions. But if you've got any questions, I'm quite happy to spend another couple of minutes before I'm gonna move to a video. I will still want to make one video before and schedule it. And then I'm going to schedule the content for holidays, and yeah, I'll be probably, if I'm gonna do anything, that's gonna be kind of tech slash holiday content. I did that twice with China. With trip to China was a little bit easier because it was tech orientated, but yeah. Right, I thought I had this idea with the giveaway and the Twitter and the colors. Yeah. I could also, because you can attach the image, so in theory I could take a webcam to take a picture of the color as the shine of the color would display on this as well. But it took a bit of time anyway, so I didn't want to make it complicated. So you forgot to help me out, Prath. Let me just check. Prath. We may reduce the delay for testing. Yeah. What exactly are we doing? So late for the party. Oh, come on! Okay, you got me there, Prath. So yeah, that's pretty much for the giveaway. So it's gonna be probably another giveaway soon. It's like this one as well. Because I'm trying to, the bigger following I've got, the easier it is to kind of say like, hey, how about a giveaway? And then the companies actually agree to it. So I'm quite happy, and I always like to create something, I don't know, fun, awkward, or educational when you create it. It just feels like, you know, posting a random tweet saying like, oh, that person, it just kills it. I'd rather butcher a giveaway and say like, okay, that was a mistake, it was pseudo semi, but the whole process of building something for an hour, it's random enough that I have not a clue who's gonna win it anyway, even if my code, someone's gonna come back to me, so like, oh yeah, the number 3 had 3 times bigger chances to win on this occasion. So for me it's still the random, even if I'm gonna mess up on this part. And for halftime, maybe gives you a kind of a boost, because it's easy for all of you and me as well to look at people on the internet, on their tutorials, rehearsals and stuff like that, and assume they know everything. We don't. A lot of us learn as we go, and when I work on something, that's how I work. I use Google, I make mistakes, I copy and paste from Stack Exchange, and you know, I struggle. And the end product is a tweet that's you know, you get to see for about 10 seconds that it is there and it looks kind of professional, and you know, there is very little of that failing, because at the end of the day everyone's short on time and interested in the ready scenario, but the learning process is exciting. It's what kind of, it's a puzzle, and I love puzzles, and every single thing I'm trying to do is a bit of a puzzle to solve. But it's also seeing other people's fail and other people struggling with stuff encourages you to try, because suddenly what you do it's accessible to everyone, because you see that if anyone else struggles with it, you are okay to struggle, you're okay to not understand something, you're okay to use ready resources. And I think that's quite important lesson to everyone that's taking on a project, whether it's a home automation, whether it's something you want to build. You want to see from time to time people struggle, and from time to time people make mistake, because then you feel smart. When you overcome a problem quicker than someone on a video or something, you feel, yeah, okay, I got this, I feel good about it, I have this energy to complete the project. And it's important, because at the end of the day, my advice always is to see the project through. And I'm guilty of not seeing a couple of projects through, or shelving them for a while until I get that idea or how to move it forward. But that's a very important thing, to complete your projects, to have something to show, because it's very easy to have 10 different projects you've not completed, and then you have nothing to show. But if you have something tangible, like, you know, I've made this, it's a very simple thing, but I've learned how to do the design, I've learned how to replicate those small things in Fusion 360, I've did a bit of soldering, I've purchased a clever kit, maybe it wasn't purely my idea, but I've learned a couple of things while making it. I've learned the mistakes of not drilling the holes big enough and stressing the acrylic. And I've learned so many things by putting something like this small together, that it was totally worth it, even if someone will say, oh, you just soldered USB and you put it in a box. I often see you automating your lights and switches. Ever plan to automate that bench power supply? You know, in a way, yes or no. I'll show you what I've got. I've got, let me just, because we don't need this, I've got this. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to click what it is. So those are banana pins and fuses, and this is connector you should recognize if you have a computer, because you can use this. This is old power supply, and you can see similarities in some sockets, and that's a very good similarity. So I wasn't aware of it, but it's obvious now when you think about it. But the power supply for the computer has rails for 12 volts, for 5 volts, and 3.3 volts already. So I can embed this into the desk. I already have let me just move this to the side. I already have a breadboard, which is, come here, camera. I already have a breadboard and a Raspberry Pi that goes in here basically underneath it, and then I can drag it the cable. Do I have a cable here? It's probably used in another part, but I can drag the cable in here and I can work on the power supply. And I also have a power supply which I can add to it in this form, so I can just drop a module like that and connect it to my built-in USB port, which is I'm just trying to. In here I have lots of USB ports, so I can just connect it this way. But what I want to do, I want to embed this inside my desk, somewhere accessible, not necessarily in here, but somewhere accessible where I could use these banana plugs to draw different power supplies. So, and then use the just push switches, because to be honest, it's going to be easier to have like a mounted push switches like these. Oh, there's my ribbon cable, by the way. So I could use something like this, those power switches, to enable each rail and then assign them. And the reason I have got this box, by the way, because this is a pending write-up. So it's going to be a write-up of how to drive way too many relays at once with as little pins as possible. So I just need to go through a time to write it. So that's something I'll be doing for sure. I don't think I'm going to be automating it, but you could. But I think having this board, I'll link it in a second. Hold on, I might have a link for this board. Let me check. ITA's connection board, yeah. So let's go to chat. So this is the board I've showed you on the screen. And yeah, you could use this to. Oops, not this one. You could use this to power your board. I hardly use this power supply, to be honest. And the only thing I was thinking, like in here, I have, I don't know, you probably can't see it properly, but let me just try it again. So in here, I know it's upside down right now. Can I? In here I've got my soldering station, and to turn it on I have to do it from behind. So I actually was thinking about like a switch that I can use to on the table. I can switch it on and then use like just a relay at the back just to turn it on and off, so I don't have to reach out because it's very uncomfortable. So those are two modifications I would be looking into doing with my bench, and obviously I'm going to be writing about this, that's for sure. Other than that, I've got a replacement for my fingerprint scanner. I can show you progress on this. Oh, this is so. I've broken one of these, and it's not working correctly. And there's been a project and a half, this box, but there's still some things missing. But it's looking good. For some time I was actually working on the power supply for this. So right now I've made this button as well as when you press the button, it powers the box itself. That's going to be the power supply, regulated power supply, which draws from these banana boxes in here, so you can have up to 12 volts. There is these lights are not connected right now, but those are pulsing. I can connect them, but well, okay, I'll connect them for you guys because you're cool. And that way you'll see the sensor. Fingerprint sensor, but fingerprint sensor for some reason stopped working. The highlight stopped working. I think I had a short on the battery, and that probably damaged the LED. But yeah, so I have a box in here. It flashes like this, and when you scan, there's a fingerprint scanner, and when you scan the fingerprint, it won't work because the light isn't strong enough. It will play animation and it will unlock this, because I have a now special lock so I can use, and I can lock the box. And this box should be capable of actually jump starting your car if you want to. So this is another project I've been working with, but that's going to continue after my holiday. Check out my supply collection, Matronics. Yeah, I'll take a look. Right, so if you have any questions, guys, then do ask them. Otherwise, in a moment, I'm just gonna finish this live stream and I'll start typing because I still have a little bit of work to complete before I can pack, and I'm leaving at 3 AM. It's gonna be like 3-hour drive to airport and then 3-hour flight, and I'll be in Sicily, and I'll try to post maybe 2-3 times something holiday/tech related. Unfortunately, I have a Xiaomi Mi 9 coming for the review. I don't know how I managed to secure that, but I've got a Xiaomi Mi 9 for the review, and it's cleared customs UK customs today, but it's not going to be delivered today. So I was hoping I'm gonna take it to Sicily, and I'm gonna do like a holiday with Xiaomi or something, like post this way and give you an impression of using completely different telephone. And I'm kind of excited because I've not used any other phones for the last 7 years than Google phones. So I'm kind of curious to try a different experience, because ever since I had a Pixel, Nexus or Pixels. So yeah, I'll be trying to do my best with posting, keeping you entertained. I had reviews for Dashcam. I have a review for excellent earbuds. I can give you a very short overview. They're in my bag right now. It's from Xiaomi as well. So they called Halo GT1, and they're very cheap. I was like, first when they messaged me, because that's going to be my first cooperation with this company, with the company. It's going to be more on Monday. When I've seen, I don't like it, the wireless Bluetooth earplugs like this, because you know, these things, I had a bad experience with the review copies I had, and they always break up, and they always, something's wrong with them. And when I seen the price on this, the regular price is about £27, £25, but I'm gonna have a discount to bring it down to $18. And really, the only disadvantage of these right now is the battery life, which is 3.5 hours, which is more than enough for running and like listening around. Plus there is a case that charges it. But if you want to go cycling, and they're really good for cycling as well, 3.5 hours for me is a little bit too short. I'd like to have about 5 hours, because 4 to 5 hours is about how much I can sustain on a single trip, and I would love to have this without recharging it. But I'm really pleased with these, and I'm surprised. This is Bluetooth 5.0. I don't know if it's just a Bluetooth 5.0, but I not had a single break in a connection since I've started using them, and they're like 18. Like I said, they're gonna be on my post for about $18. I was like, something has to be wrong with them, and seriously, so far I have no problems. Even they have access to Google Assistant, and so anyway, right. I'll leave you to everything, guys, and thanks so much for tuning in for the live stream. Hope it wasn't too boring, and you could see me fail and laugh at me if you have a better programming skills, because probably some of you do. And yeah, as just a guy having fun, and whenever he can give away a Zemismart Downlight to my readers, which I'm really happy I could give something back to people that follow me. I got a pair of those when they were on promotions. Excellent. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, for the price, I was like, no, I don't really want to review them, because I'm gonna write a bad review. If you're gonna write a bad review, the people that sponsor this, they're not happy. I'm not happy. No one's gonna use the links to buy them because they're not happy. No one is happy. So I was just like, and they really pushed it and said like, yeah, just try it. You're gonna be happy. I was like, okay, and I'd like to be wrong sometimes, and I was wrong, so hey, soon more about them with pictures and everything. Right, thank you so much. Congratulations again to Tacos. I hope you enjoyed your lights, and yeah, post a picture or something, tag me in Twitter when you put it somewhere nice, and I'd like to see it, and I'll reshare it for you. And congratulations on your lovely F20505 color. That's a beautiful color. As for now, guys, next post is going to be probably some Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, guys, because there's going to be most of the pictures there. Instagram. I'll just give you a quick link. My Instagram exploded over the weekend, and by exploded, let me just show you. No dread. So that's my Instagram page. I try to keep stuff technical, but there are two things happened. First of all, there was a very rainy day, and my videos, as you can see, they get like 200 to 300 views. That's, it's a small Instagram account. I just started it. It's fine. But then stuff like this happened. I went to see deers in the park, and there's like 5,000 views on this. The video of rain and a video of me being feeding a bird. So I'm just like scratching. This is a tech Instagram. It's like wrong content is being watched. So I'm scratching my head of word. But if you follow me on Instagram, I have a shorter videos in there, like showcases, something that ends up usually on my articles, like 10 seconds of 20 seconds videos of something like this is how it works. I don't want to make an entire video about just showing you 20 seconds of something working, but this is how it works. Take a look, and that's usually embedded into a post. But you can access this early via Instagram, and some random pictures of me doing stuff and being crazy. So if you use Instagram, I'm not a big fan of it, but I can appreciate people using it, so I try to post this on a regular basis as well. Right, I think enough of this plug, so I'm just gonna send you a link so you don't have to type it all in. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram. Right, guys, lovely to catch up with you and see the new faces and familiar faces. Absolutely amazing to work and get your small hints from the chats and the helps, because it's more fun to do it myself, and there's no one to point any mistakes. Usually when I work alone, and it is very helpful. So thanks so much for joining, and I'll be in touch as much as I can over the course of holidays. I'm back on 23rd, and then I'm gonna have one day off before I'm back on night, so Ivan, hello! One of the things is not like the others, and you know. Yes, yes it is. So yeah, there will be no weather like this on in Sicily. It's gonna be way too hot, and I'm gonna come back looking like this. It's not my natural color, it's the light right now skewing my color, but I'll be like pink like that when I return, I can assure you that. So, thanks again, and congratulations to Tacos. I'll drop you a message in a second. Bye! How do you switch off this thing? Stop streaming.